Okay, so this is a quick video that's going to show you how to calculate the frequency, and let me just go ahead and delete the results here. Now we have a list of different car make and model and highway miles per gallon and MSRP, and it goes on. It's only 50 values, but this that I'm going to show you would work even if you had a very large number of data points. So we have the list here of all the different makes, and we wanted to determine the frequency. So we're going to use the Countif, and like every other Excel function, you start by typing equal. So Countif is asking for an input range and a criteria. The range refers to where is the data that you wish for me to look within and make a count. The data starts here, and if you do a Control Shift and a down arrow, it highlights all the way down to the very end. So the range is A2 to A51. Now I am going to do something that's going to give me a little bit of an error just to highlight a point, so bear with me. The next input requires a criteria. We're looking for Audi. That's going to be our first search. Now we could go ahead and type Audi and come up with a count of 3. However, when you go to continue this by copying the function here, a couple of things are going to happen. The first one is down here is going to consistently copy Audi. What we want Excel to do, instead of telling it to look for Audi, we will reference the cell here that contains Audi. So we will say that the criteria is H2. What that does for us is when you copy this down, if you look at these cells here, you notice the criteria is incrementing to H3 and it goes to H4. So you don't have to retype all of this. It automatically references the one that it increments down. So this does it automatically. Another thing that's happening, the range we're searching in A2 to A51, let's click on this one. You notice it also goes up to A3 to A52, and that's not really what we want, because if you look at it highlighted here, you notice because it's incrementing, it's searching in a new range, which is not the range that we require. So the way to tell Excel that this range is the range you want to search for all of these values is to highlight that and hit F4, and then Excel inserts these dollar signs here. What that means is that this reference is locked. So if you copy this formula, it's not going to increment the values. So without that, you notice it went from A3 to A52 to A4 to A53 to A5 to A54, which is becoming a different range than the range we want to search. The range is the same. So if we have this formula with the dollar signs and we then copy this down, we have correctly made a reference to H2, which is Audi, and we have locked the range because we want to search in the same range for all of these values. By copying this formula down, this one is searching the same range because we locked it, but it's searching for H3, which is BMW. Here it's searching for H4, which is Infinity, but the range is the same. And anyone you choose, you can be guaranteed that here it's searching for H18, which is Pontiac, and then it's searching in the same range. So the important things to do just to make it automated is to, one, lock the range that you're searching within, and then secondly, when you're entering the criteria, instead of typing it, use a reference. So let me just do it again for you so you can see how I got it. I am using equal Countif, And the first thing I'm going to input is the range of values. So you click on RD and drag all the way down to the end. And when you have it selected, before you move on, you hit the F4 key and it puts these $signs here that locks the range. And the criteria we want to reference what's in this cell, so you click on that cell and you close your bracket. And once you have that formula, that's what you would copy down here, and it would essentially do two things for you. It would keep the range constant and increment the reference, so you're checking for each of these. Now this is really the quick and easiest way to be able to make a count of any particular range of cell. You can count whatever values exist in those cells by using the Countif feature. Thank you. Hope this was useful.